Hi, everybody. I think we're live. It's 333 on 3/3/30/23. 2023. Ooh, I got 1,000 years ahead of myself on 2023. Hey, there's Dave, and Abby's right next to me. So I actually don't know if we're actually live or not. So I don't know, Dave would have to check on his. I just did this impromptu because it was, and today equals 13. So we've got 3, 3, 2023. Today equals 13. The number 3, 13 is the number of transformation. So what is it that we, all of you, what do we want to transform today? Um,
Says we're alive.
I've been transforming as many uh, um, belief systems, negative belief systems and fears as much as I can all day long, just going with my highest joy and excitement, moment by moment. And so I was just like, okay, I didn't even have it. I was going to grab some cards, and I was just like, no, I'm going live right now at 333. I just had to grab the energy, say hello to everybody. And I don't know, what else do you want to say? It's this 13. And go to my website, languagesoflights.com, and we've got some events coming up. We've got one on Sunday. It is a private, it's going to be a private hangout. It is free to members to my website. It is $11.11 to non-members. And a lot of people have asked for doing some private, not live YouTube broadcast hangouts, just to hang out, speak light languages, whatever you want to share, talk about. If you have questions, need some guidance,
There'll be
just hang out.
Oracle card
Yes,
readings,
oracles
light
and
language activations, whatever.
symbols, whatever happens to happen. And so, just wanted to give you guys a shout out for that as well, to sign up for that, and of course to remind everybody or to share. World Contact Day, 70th anniversary, our live event. We've been sharing it everywhere, and we're hoping that we've got some surprise guests coming. We're not really sure yet, and even where and how we're going to be live streaming it. So we've had some options. So the important thing is, wherever and whenever you are that day, March 15th, the 70th anniversary of World Contact Day, we're going to be sharing the things that we've discovered about it, how it began, and 70 years later, here we are, 70 years later, finally opening this door. And I was guided and compelled and inspired to do this day and to just share it far and wide. So even if the timing, wherever you are in the world, even if the timing isn't right for you to come and hang out, of course it is going to be recorded, but to encourage everybody, everywhere, wherever you are, whenever you are that day, to at least take a moment, a few minutes, as much time as you can that day to meditate, contemplate, share your energy far and wide across the globe, and just picturing what it would be like to literally engage with our star families, to come to and fro.
And if you register, you'll get the link right to the Zoom room where you can participate.
Yes.
And we're going to be on for probably at least 3 hours.
We're hoping anyway that it's kind of like an open house to open the door to open contact.
Well, we have some people that we know are going to be coming later,
right? And they
want to participate. So we're going to start at 1:11 p.m.
Central Time. Our time. We're in Central Time.
It could go on way longer than 3 hours.
So yes, we're hoping that as many people, wherever you are, we're just going to keep it live as long as we can and keep it open. And kind of, again, just, so people can come and go. And really the main question is, what what does open contact actually mean to you, to me, to all of us? And how do we literally 70 years later, how do we just, the bird, wow. How do we, swing open these doors and move, and again, we're not changing the reality we're in. We're literally all gathering together and moving to a reality where this is already taking place. That is how quantum physics and parallel realities work. It is my highest joy and excitement, and has been. In addition to light language, my whole journey began with this idea of opening the door and to connecting with our star families, to connecting with my, who am I? Who are we? Every single one of us here on Earth is stardust. We are the particles um, of so many beings. We are the family of so many stars. We are the making of stars. We are made of those stars, and that's those. And we are, we all share this creation together. And this is just one of billions and billions and billions of potential realities. And this is the reality that we are excited to create. And yes, all of this ascension this is maybe just a small story in that whole expression of ascension. And yet, all of us here, me, you, all of us that are here today watching and engaging in this, we're all part of this magnificent moment in creation where creation itself, and we agreed and decided on a higher soul level, an over soul level, and so many layers that we were excited to be a part of creation developing a brand new species of beings that never existed anywhere in creation. And this is what I've always been excited about. And we were even joking about how so many of us in our, um, stories, we grew up with this idea of, of aliens and ancestors and Star Trek and Star Wars and every single sci-fi and um, cartoons and movies and Marvel and Comic Con and come on. It's not that we're asking them to answer anymore. They're already here. They've been here. It's that we're now opening the door to realize we're opening our own door to realizing they're already here. They have been for a long, long time. And what our history is not what we necessarily think it is. And that changes moment by moment. As we change, our history changes and our excitement changes. And our um, who we are moment by moment changes every second. And as we embrace more and more of all that we are, what is available to us in that now is more. It's different. It's bigger than
Continually expanding.
yes, continually expanding. And I was just excited about the idea too. We always, we use the threes, the Trinity, the body, mind, and spirit. How many ways have we used this idea, and throughout our throughout our own history. 33, the Christ consciousness, that is what ascension is realizing that we all are that consciousness. We are capable of, we are that, as our masters, ascended masters, said. We are that. We are, you are me. And the idea of the 33 vertebrae, we were talking about that today, and how many ways that the number 3 and 33 and how many places and is it have we left breadcrumbs for ourselves. And so there's so much to I see 3 thumbs up right now, so another 3. So and to oh oh there we are.
Sorry, This device lost its connection.
Sorry about that. We lost our connection. We're sitting outside, so I wasn't sure how
And we're
strong.
back.
And we're back, so I wasn't sure how strong our connection was out here.
The
Um,
Trinity.
the Trinity. And just listening to the birds and the connection that the number three, the idea that when we sit here together, that you and us, and then the third thing that we create together is that connection that we are having right now. And anytime that we're connecting with anyone and anything, any being, anywhere, and any when, we're creating this beautiful third space, bubble, expression of consciousness. It's literally like its own collective consciousness that we create in this third place, in this third space, um, when we create together. Because when we do that, we create a thing, we create a new thing, just like the birth of a child or a business or anything. You and that medium have created this third thing that we together with whatever it is that we're connecting with are creating this third thing that is a sacred geometric triangle of power, and the power of the prism, the power of the triangle, the power of the pyramid. Nah. I was like, right away, I want to. It's like a light language is want to come out. Ela que teve so moto vexação, Dumbovshi Javasumboga Legend Kiki, Kikayando Mbondo, Ki Sevison, Manamileto de Vesongo, she Ayanahila, Moto Vendo Kikiata Tikile Separtate, Sivo Show, Eva Mora, Venki, La Sombonde, La Cateva Sopohono, Lovo Ono, Tuquikia, Tase. And so we get very excited in creating these events and hangouts, and because it does create that third thing, that third place, that third space, that new thing that didn't exist before we together created it. And it's very exciting, inspiring to us. Tu vesto veshen kizoshu no malava to be inda yetu inda eva sobori hishakiki imonu maliva to be and I was just like feeling the honor of the and the power of being able to do that, that we have the power whenever we interact and connect and with anything, whether it's a pet, or I was thinking today about doing some pet kind of um, Reiki, light language, hangouts, because just to hang out together with with our pets, and they love the vibe of being together, and of like I think we all notice when we're doing events and hangouts and light languages that our pets like being with us. We've talked about it before, and how when we were in hangouts over the years, many people have, their pets just sort of come in and gravitate toward into the hangout. So I thought, well, maybe we should do some purposeful hangouts for our pets to just help them, you know, create that third energy, that create that third thing with all of us. And maybe your pet's not feeling well, or maybe whatever. I didn't want to call it healing. I just because healing really is just coming into the state of, you know, body, mind, and spirit, and that includes our beloved furry and not furry friends. It doesn't matter what what type of companion it is. And so as birds, and I mean even out here when we listen to the bird song, it's like we're literally creating this third thing with them. And so I was feeling that energy today about, wow, maybe I should start a pet hangout.
A
um,
light language hangout to
yeah.
bring your pets to.
Yes,
That's a
exactly.
great idea.
Exactly. Just
And
to bring our pets
happy
to.
Goddess Friday,
Oh,
everyone.
and happy Goddess Friday, everybody. So I don't know. I just
On this important 333
yeah.
day.
And I was like, I didn't even grab like anything to set my camera on. I'm just kind of sitting here, kind of holding it and just enjoying this beautiful moment. And it was storming buckets today and thunderstorms and we had a wind advisory and a tornado watch. And so we've been sitting out here just enjoying the beautiful afternoon. And of course, you know, yeah, well, finding a balance with work and play is our work, and actually feeling so grateful to be able to work out here in this way with all of you and being able to bring our outdoors to you wherever and whenever you are, and to feel the gratitude. Oh, and we've been listening. Trees have been falling all day in the forest behind us, and uh, just listening to them fall and the beautiful trees that are blooming now. I think they're red buds. I'm not quite sure. But they have these beautiful kind of reddish violet, not violet, really reddish purple buds on them. I think they're red buds. And so I was going to look those up, and just they bloomed overnight. Like just today, they're just in this beautiful color bloom. And the all of the other trees in the front are starting to burst blooms and white blooms, and just this expression of wanting to share all of that with all of you, and this beautiful angel numbers. If you're into angel numbers, check out Joanne's Sacred Scribe. She's that is one of my favorite go-tos. I've said before, and so many of you have have used that as well over the years, and just to encourage all of us to look it up. The 33s, the 33 threes, the and 13. The sacred symbol
Today
that.
is 13.
And that's
I'm
what
going to
I,
show it.
oh, there it is. That's what I was gonna say. Go to my website today and go check out the symbol. So thank you, Dave.
Mhm.
And yeah, show that again. Do you need your, I just want everybody to see it up close again. Um, just to kind of get a feel for when I look at that symbol and
And that's us down here.
and that's transform. Is the Syrian sacred circuit that translate to Saibo, the name of Saibo, which is also a Sasani being, the trickster. Number 13, it's the number of transformation. And I always think about how often we trick ourselves into transforming, and how we use our belief systems to kind of trick ourselves into believing things that um, aren't necessarily true and aren't in our highest vibration. And how can we transform that in a bigger way and today, and using this opening the door of open contact, the 13 energy, the 3333 energy, and so many of you, thank you for sharing your own experiences with these repeating numbers and what they mean to you and how you transform, and um, how they transform your thoughts and your intentions, and how they transform your day, perhaps, and maybe even more existentially. Sometimes it can change, give us a whole about face. And I was just thinking too about how, the Mayan calendar, and how when that changed, it really, I think, in so many ways changed and transformed so many of us in our own belief systems, and opened another door. And I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about that idea, and maybe that's sort of kind of, I don't know, maybe that opened a door that has something to do with now, that has something to do with us waking up. Maybe it has something to do with this year. Um, and those of us that are in this particular frequency, vibration, path, I feel as if it, even though there is, if we truly understand that quantumly, we understand this now, that everything is now, that there is only one particle and it's the same particle, all of us from a different perspective of creation. I mean, we understand this now in quantum physics. And so it's up to us as humans to begin to comprehend and really acknowledge and appreciate and allow what that means. And so that means that we need to we need to transform those beliefs in that about cause and effect, and that what we used to believe was that this um, I don't want to confuse this in the idea that in that there is intention and this is where even I explore with my own guides, where does intention and manifestation, and yet if we understand manifestation it isn't bringing something into our reality that isn't already there. It's that we're just becoming aware, we're transforming our belief systems and understanding that it's already there, that everything already exists all at once. And transforming that belief in that um, what I felt about myself a moment before, I now have this, I now have again and again and again a new moment to transform that belief. And that we can take that idea of cause and effect and apply it from a new perspective. In that the cause is the transformation of the belief, and the effect is the expansion of our awareness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and the intention is really just fine tuning your awareness for yourself to become aware more of the thing you're intending.
And then seeing it in that moment as already done. As Bashar has said, once we identify a belief, the the work's already done. The change, the transformation's already complete. Now it's choosing it, and then do we want to choose it over and over? And if we do, how does it continue to serve us? Or we've come to the realization that we do not need to choose it anymore? And how can that new belief system, transformation of that belief system completely create a new reality? That is how we create our reality. And so once we open ourselves up to these ideas, we are able to explore our world in a and transform the way we see ourselves and our capabilities. And what we believed a moment ago has nothing to do with what we believe now.
And of course, we all have our challenges in working through the belief systems. And there's actually a little bit more to it, because our beliefs in what we think others are is also equally creating our own reality. So if you want to be in a reality where others share in your reality and excitement, you also have to have the belief that you're in the reality that the others are in the same reality as you.
Good point. A very good point.
And all of this are tying into the idea of what's coming up with the World Contact Day and our excitement about sharing this and all kinds of other things regarding open contact, uh, channeling whatever happens to come through, and whoever wants to visit and participate in channeling, just discussing their experiences, discussing uh, their sightings and connections and whatever it may be, and however someone may have explored the same idea. And we were just talking the other day, and Wendy mentioned briefly, just about how all of us really have been preparing
Yes.
for our whole lives in one way or
In one
another
way or another.
for these kinds of things, such as the shows, the idea of playing Star Trek, playing Star Wars. That, of course, the most famous scene of being in the pub
Oh, I
in
love the
Star Wars,
cantina
in the
scene. I
cantina.
love that one the best. I
It's it's
gotta move my
already
legs.
we've already practiced the idea of walking into the cantina and seeing very varied groups of aliens and not going, oh my God, what's going on? Being very comfortable with all of that. Now it's just a matter of tuning our own energy and our frequency to be able to experience it in a physical way. And uh, that's what all of us are going through right now, practicing the side effects of what happens when we raise our frequency and all the things. When your frequency goes up, your the core of yourself is shaking at a rate where things that don't belong to you are trying really hard to get out. And it's not even really that they're leaving, it's just that they're just not in alignment. All things are you, but what's in alignment with the you want
Right.
to be now?
Exactly. It's
So
not that they don't
things,
all agree. They're going to exist still. It's still a choice.
and you will always have access to all of it
Yep.
at will.
At will. So we don't even have to be sad about things we're letting go of because we're not letting go of anything. It's just there. It's there as a choice. We get to return to it if we want to. Um, Something you said gave me a thought, and then it escaped me. Escaped me. um, Gosh, I don't. Anyway, I'll think of it if I need to. Um,
I knew now. I knew
I knew
now. I
now.
knew
I knew
now.
now.
Left foot, right foot.
I can't even remember what it was, so I guess for the moment it was unnecessary. Negotowe soporoveshono kikiada setbana tavalondo antikikiono masovashi.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
It was something that you were saying too about Star Wars, and that's what I wanted to say. Is that everything is real. A couple of things. Everything, the eye of the needle and baggage. I don't want to forget that. Everything is real, and so whether you think it whether you're imagining it, meaning you're in a meditation, whether you had it in a dream experience, whether you're standing there, much like happens to me, I'm just standing there kind of cooking dinner, and all of a sudden I'm literally having a whole nother like reality experience. We cannot imagine something we're not already the reality of. If you can see it, feel it, hear it, taste it, touch it, smell it in any way, it is yours. It belongs to your reality. It is part of you. It's part of who you are, what you are. It is there for you to explore in that now, for whatever reason. This is what's happening now, you guys. This is what's happening. If we look at it if we literally look at it as a piece of gauze above us, and we're literally starting to poke holes in the gauze, it's really just seeing what's already there. It's not that it's appearing. You're already creating. You're already manifesting. You're already, okay, we talk, what was the word I was going to say? So many thoughts and channelings go through my mind in such a quick moment that it's like I have to almost like stop and grab it. And the eye of the needle, let me just jump to that for a second. Bashar's talked about the eye of the needle, and that it's a kind of a couple year phase, if we will. And depending on our belief systems, and we change that moment by moment, and we accelerate that, you guys, moment by moment. And the idea that his ship is 500 miles above Bell Rock in Sedona, Arizona, lower than it's ever been
Could be lower now.
in the 11 years or so or more that I've been listening, watching Bashar and sharing these tools and teaching these principles. from this is the lowest he's ever been. And I totally believe that this 2023, his events with the opening of the window of the open contact and us being where we all are now and excited about what's happening right now and the 70th anniversary, all of this stuff is, we're making it all up moment by moment. But the idea, guys, is the needle, is this, it's like, we're, in order to get through the eye of that needle, right, you gotta get the thread really, really tiny, and you can't have any frays, right? Baggage. The frays are the baggage we're getting rid of so we can slide through the needle and leave it all behind. Leave the snags behind. Leave the, you know, this is what it's all about transforming and leaving all the bullshit, leaving all the baggage that doesn't fit through this eye that we're all going through together, in that we're, you know, I hate using the same terms over and over. Limiting belief systems. Like, what does that actually mean? That you're not, that we can't live. Like, even everything I say sounds like a cliche, you know, and I don't want it to sound that way. But yet, everything that, you know, we're finding out it's all true. It's like all true, you know. Seth and Neville Goddard I'm thinking of all of these you know, every motivational speaker, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, it just, you know, you can name them and name them and name them, and every channel that I've been privileged to, even in the last 15 years, um, I give my own thanks to all of those channelers and people expressing themselves authentically, and putting all their baggage aside in order to do that, to facilitate my own awakening, to facilitate my own understanding of my what it is that what I came to do. What is it that and I say agreed, and I think that that's also a little bit overused, this whole agree thing, but we did, you know. And so one of the first things the emissaries of the Light Collective said to me, you know, it's time that we to come together in what you've agreed to. And they literally said to me, you agreed to do this in your angelic, I don't even know how to say it. How to, in that, you know, and it's not even time, because time is all now. So
Blueprint.
yeah,
Design.
yeah, exactly. In my founder's blueprint design, at that beginning place, which I know I am deeply connected, um, I decided that then, and that's what they were showing me. That, and so many of us now, it's like it's like, okay, it's your turn up to bat. It's your turn up to bat, and you know,
Why wouldn't we want to be here in such a critical time where we create time to observe and participate, where we slow down things so much that we could observe how things are created, how cause and effect actually work, and that they don't work uh, linearly.
how did it? Oh God, what was that phrase we heard the other day? Something about like orchestrated synchronicity.
Mhm.
Think about that
And
for
we
a second.
create our own momentum. So it is
Orchestrated.
entirely up to us as creators, as we all are, how much momentum we want to have. And people could tell you whatever they want to tell you. It's up to you if you want to buy into it or not. Because you are new now every moment. And you don't have to buy into the belief that it takes a certain amount of time
Nope.
to do anything.
Anything.
So you
Anything.
might have a certain path that you want to experience that might include certain timings, but the more you become aware of it, the more you get to choose.
Hi,
So-
everybody.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. The more we get to choose.
And I want to say hi and thank you, Alua.
Mwah, Alua, thank you. We just want to put it out there. Thank you, Alua.
I don't want a moment of video to go by without thanking you.
Yep. So here we are. I want to say it publicly so he knows and we know. And thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for what you have done
Yes.
for many others.
And so for so many others. And yeah. And I'm being reminded of that too, you know.
Besides the awesome contributions you've made specifically with Bashar,
Yes.
and in that we've watched him in Bashar clips and events,
Yeah.
which is pretty exciting.
But not only that, but your own personal journey, and so many of us who know your personal journey. And my heart, yeah. You also had an agreement to be here in this way, in this now, for sure. And whether you hear this or not, or whether you see this or not, it's relevant because you're going to hear it and you're going to see it in one way or another. And we just needed to let you know that, and you know.
Thank you, and we love you.
And you know I've been out there rooting for you long before your incident, and just wanted to say thanks. And thanks for being here.
Thank you for being a walking example
Yeah.
of all you can be.
Mwah. Yeah, Tavesa Barosai. I get tears. I get tears. Oh, speaking of which, can you find me? Oh, how about the bird feeder? I'm looking for something to prop up the phone so I can let it go for a moment. So, yeah, maybe that would work because it's glass and it's heavy and it's tall. I don't know. Will that work?
Oh, not
Here, can
tall
you?
enough.
Maybe you can place it behind her for me. See what happens when you're you go live impromptu. I was like, oh my god, I gotta do it right this second, right this second. Okay, well okay, there we go. How's that? Oh good, I can let my arm down. Hi everybody.
It's a new you.
See what happens? See when? Hey, I'm telling you. It's talk about the burnt stick. So you know what? If you're worried about starting a YouTube channel, going on Facebook, going on TikTok or anywhere else, you know, use what you got. Be yourself. You know, be you. If there's anything that I've learned from the beginning of going on YouTube is just be you. Because you know, the world's waiting for you to be you, and I want you to be you for me. Be you for me.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, everybody. I can't.
Beverly is here.
Hi, Beverly.
Temple Beautiful.
Hi,
Jessica.
Alicia. Hi, Temple. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And congratulations, woman. I'm telling you, I thought of you this morning. I'm not even kidding you. I shit you not. I thought of you this morning, Temple. Good job. Like, great job. Like, you guys got to go check out her shop, and it just I'm great job, good work. I'm astounded at your I mean not astounded, I'm expected it, but I'm just so pleased and excited and for your
Egyptian
success.
Apothecary.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, just so happy for you. And I can't believe I swear to you, I was just thinking about you today, and I was thinking, you know, you've been so busy with everything, and I hadn't seen you in such a long time. And then I was thinking, gosh, I wonder if she gets to do any light language stuff anymore, if she gets to do any hangouts, and because I know how busy you are, and she's got an amazing, very successful Etsy business, and has her own lab and creates her own stuff, and just wow. And so, and here we've been talking about Egyptian stuff and energy lately, and so yeah, you're on my mind probably way more often than you probably realize. And so it's just, but see you guys, that's how this works. I was just thinking about her today and pouring my love out to her in my own energy about her success and her business, and thinking, wow, that's just I'm so happy to see people out there, you know, trusting what they love, doing what they love. And, you know, we're not always sure of where things are going to happen, how they're going to happen, where our next dime or dinner is going to come from. So, you know what? We just don't always know. All we have is now. I have to say, you guys.
I just typed in the word now right.
And just that, you know, just telling Dave that this morning, you know, if all of if any of the principles of, you exist, everything is here and now, the one is the all are the one, what you put out is what you get back, and everything changes except for the first four laws. If I could just embrace fully every moment this idea to just that everything's here and now, and that I'm gonna have everything I need here and now, and all my angst, my grief, my anxiety is all from what I did or didn't do, or what's going to happen next, or how it's going to happen. And again, understanding that our human brain isn't designed for that. It's just not. And how do we transform into trust? To trusting, and it's not, we're trusting, that's what I was going to say earlier. It's not that we're trusting, it's not that we're not don't have trust. We're just trusting in, what are we trusting in? Now we're learning to trust in ourselves, or in our instincts. And to know that the best teachers are the teachers who say the answer is within. It's within. And if we can get each other to closer to that understanding, then maybe our mission is done here, so yeah, just going out there, going with the flow.
Well, clearly our next mission is
Open contact.
first and open contact.
I tell you guys, I swear, I don't know, yes, I do. I've been talking about this for a long, long time. I've been talking about it to my friends and my family and Dave for a long, long time. Years. I say years. And that song, the Carpenters, came up, and from Klaatu, and the Calling All Occupants, and that song has been in my head, and for many of you who are millennials, and that you probably have no idea what that song is or what it's about, but when I grew up with it, I somehow knew, as in my emotional response to the song, and I'll be sharing more of this in the event, but I thought, wow, what is that? And I was young when I first heard it. And I thought, okay, so there was something that triggered in me back then. The seed got planted, dropped in the dirt, and got watered over the years. And it was I knew that somehow that song was connected to me, so that somehow I was, I don't know, part of it. I don't know. But I did believe all my life that there was, I always believed that there was life beyond the stars. How could I not, And growing up, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you know what I mean? It's my whole life was filled with sprinklings of all of this. And I've talked about this so many times in my, over the years on my channel. But this is why we're here today. This is it, and I said to Dave, I don't know when it was, maybe it was really recently, maybe 2 months ago. I said, this World Contact Day, I feel like I need to do something. And then once I made the energetic commitment to say, gosh, I think this is something I need to do. I wasn't until then we started looking things up, and then things really dots started to connect, and it kind of started just kind of surprise us and freak us out a little bit, if I have to say. And the pieces started coming together for me, and I was like, wow, it's this. And I didn't even know it was the 70th anniversary. I didn't even know when it started. I didn't know why I was feeling the strength of the push to do this. Many of you may know me or remember, or maybe you don't. I'm one of the founders of Hukalo, Human Colony, where I began hanging out in Google Hangouts. We were talking about that today too, how technology has changed so much, and over the years. And that's where I started speaking light language, and that's where I met all these other people, and Jim Charles, the channeler, who was already channeling the Yael, channeling all of these other beings. And literally we started human colonies, meaning human colonies in space, human colonies. And so, why I'm even bringing this up right now, it's just
where the idea
of,
was, and correct me if I'm wrong,
mm-hmm,
but from a, we could just say from an astral sense,
yes,
that uh, people that were excited about participating in the higher dimensional things in space, in other galaxies, and in
yes,
our galaxy, but moving the human colony of Earth outward onto space
yes,
in a more spiritual way to learn and teach and grow and expand, and to do so in very specific ways. So people who are interested in light language, for
yes.
instance,
There was like
would
different,
create a colony
yes,
where
for
people
just
could
light
go,
language.
but not only Earth human people, but
But
people
this is a galactic endeavor,
galactic,
so
right?
that's what I found out was these human colonies were developing with the Yael,
Mhm.
the Lyrans, the Pleiadians, um, I say friendly, but the reptilians, um, and if I'm leaving something out, Alicia, help me. I was like, what am I
Well,
leaving
many
something?
different races,
But many different,
and civilizations,
and I became, I don't know how to explain this, you guys, but I became so, um, I became so interacted with these beings that were being channeled and interacting with them in my astral and in my dream states and then in my meditation states and developing these colonies for humans. And I've never even talked about this stuff, I don't think, really
well,
much
so
at all.
it began in your imagination about a good idea, and you wanted to
Yeah.
participate in that way, and very quickly after opening the door, just as we
I just
talked about
opened it
earlier,
up to my, yeah,
more and more
mentally.
uh, communication and experiences started coming in that were in alignment with those ideas. So even if it was, even if it was sort of by pretend in the
And
beginning,
that if that's how, right, if we want
many people who participate and still participate today in the Hukalo things, it's just as real as
it's
having to wake
all,
up and go to work
it
every
is.
day.
It's exactly. You know what? I'm so glad you said that, Dave, because that's how it felt for me. That was the moment I realized, oh, wait a minute. This is my work. This is my work. This is what I came to Earth to do. I had lots of jobs in my life to earn my living and, raise my children and, feed ourselves and, have shelter, and all of the needs were met through those jobs. But what I realized was this is my work. This was my divine work. And I became intimately friends with these beings. I can't explain it any other way. And we created colonies for telepathy, light language, health. Uh, um, why am I forgetting? There's channeling, music. Um, uh, gosh, I'm looking at my Hukalo friends. I'm like, what, and so it was like my home. It was like my home, and then we leave home and we go explore, on our own, um, and become that being that we came here to be. And that's sort of how, kind of my story of sort of how it happened. So I was already intermingling with all of these beings from these other star systems, and they were literally a part of my everyday life. They were a part of my work. It was as if that was my job now. And I know how many of us, are in that place where we're also doing, we're doing physical work. We have to feed ourselves. We have shelter, and so we're in this place where right now money is still a form of exchange, but it is only one form of abundance. Abundance is communication with people. If it weren't for communication with people, most of us wouldn't have the jobs we have. I think many of us would agree. Um,
And there's a 6'5". Whoops, now it's a 7'5". I was gonna say 11.
of the thumbs and the
Let
and the
me
view.
just
Yeah,
quickly
go ahead. Go ahead.
interrupt to say,
No, go ahead.
Daniel mentioned about the sevens because we were always
Oh,
talking about the
yes.
sevens.
Yeah.
But he mentioned something that I
Hi,
never knew.
Daniel.
7 dots usually on a ladybug, and there are ladybugs
I
all over
never
here
knew
now.
that.
I didn't
What?
know that either.
You know what? That's so weird, Dana, because I just saw someone's website yesterday. Wait a minute, today on Facebook. Wait, where did I see that? Their insignia was a ladybug. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
Okay.
And Alicia talks about it. I don't know. It was a special day. I have to make alien cupcakes tonight, and I'm also making that orange drink we are served
You
on the
are.
Galactic government ships for a little get together I was
Are
invited
you
to tomorrow.
shitting me, woman? Oh my God. Totally. Well, I hope you're free that day to at least stop in on World Contact Day, and anytime we've got, of course, you all are always welcome to all my hangouts. So if you see it, let me know you want to come.
Is that the same drink you were talking about? The
Yes,
orange drink?
yes.
We need the
I
recipe.
can't even believe it. I was just looking at that drink like the day before yesterday, and I told Dave, I said, "Oh my God, that was in my dream." I said, "We all had in my dream." Yes, we had all these colored fizzy drinks in my dream, and we were at we were at like a Comic-Con together, all of us, and we was like this big hotel, gorgeous dining room,
Oh,
beautiful.
right. That's what it was.
And we were having all of these drinks, and we were all hanging out in the hallways outside of our rooms because we had the whole floor. We were all there to like channel and share and do. It was like literally like an event for all kinds of beings, and we literally had all these drinks in our hands, and we're laughing about how as we're joking around going to each other's rooms and hanging out, all of our doors were open, and our drinks were literally changing like colors in our glasses. Like we could change it ourselves, like just by like wanting to. It was weird. It was and it is still one of my most vivid dreams about doing I say stage stuff, meaning like we're all there together and we're all going to be on stage to just sharing whatever it is that we're there to share, and then there's like all it is almost like I picture it like a Comic-Con sort of event, in that there's so many people there, and they're all there to just hear about all of us and all of this, and so I know that all this is tied. I know it's all tied with human quality.
Talking about open contact and Comic-Con, we were laughing the other day.
Oh yeah.
The idea of contact already occurring and ETs visiting us and going to Comic-Con, and actually that they had to dress up so they would, because they look too human.
so we were joking about the ETs having to dress up to look like ETs, so that they it was really weird. Anyway, somebody, I thought I saw a message go by.
Fang Pei Tarot. Hi, I just found you, and I'm wondering if you consider a collaboration.
Yes.
Here
Yes.
For tarot readings.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
That you could do quick readings. So yes, we invite
I love that
people
shit.
all the time to come
Yes.
on. We
do videos. We
do
can
things
just
through Zoom.
Yeah, we do Zoom stuff. We can do a video together, just make a video and post it. We can do a live readings. I love that stuff. Alicia, Temple Beautiful, we've done that several times together on our respective channels, where we bring our cards and do readings together. And so yes, you know what, I've been telling everybody this for as long 8 years I've been on YouTube. Yes, I want to collaborate. If you want to do YouTube, if you want to do light languages, if you want to just talk about stuff, if you want to just shoot the shit, if you want to just go live, if you want to make a video, if you want to read Oracle and Tarot together. You know what? I don't do Tarot. I don't study the Tarot. I do all Oracle, only Oracle, and only because I've never learned this. I know, and I watch the Tarot, but I don't use that tool myself. I do runes readings. I don't know how many Oracle decks I have. It's just specifically Tarot that I don't do. So I'm always open to combining elements of people's gifts and abilities, and even paid events. People have asked about, doing private paid events, so I want to do more of those. And so, I mean, we all have to,
Hi,
and
Jody.
we all have to embrace our gifts and abilities, and do all kinds of events. And so, yes, I'm all open to all of those things and all of those ideas. Whatever modality that you're interested in. And I have to say, a lot of my clients end up like friends that I collaborate with and on their channels and my channels. So that's part of the fun of it all too, is of getting together and uniting, is that we get to collaborate and share each other's gifts and abilities, because everybody has a perfect puzzle piece. And maybe somebody may need your puzzle piece, or maybe they need a couple pieces of each of us, and that you need this person's gifts and this person's gifts. It's not, there isn't just one teacher for any of us. There's never only one teacher. That would be silly. And how many different teachers, how many of us in every age of school, you can have, if you get like, say, 3 teachers that, all teach the same subject, but you know what? Only one of them actually resonates with the way you need to learn. And that's great. That's fine. That's perfect. That's the way it's supposed to be. That is the way it's supposed to be. And that's what we need to do. This is the transformation we need to make as a whole civilization and humanity, you guys, is stop thinking we have to, we're here to work together, and we're here to support each other and to bump each other up and to push each other out into our outside of our comfort zones, and to celebrate each other's gifts and abilities, and that this one's different from this one, and we're not supposed to be competing. We're supposed to be what was the word we were see, I lose my vocabulary. We're supposed to be doing these things, collaborating. Collaborating. That's the idea, is, how can we bring together the things that we love and the things that we do, and reach more people around the world, or inspire more people. Spire is raising up. How can we raise up other people? How can we give other people confidence to know that you can follow your gifts and abilities? Hell, I don't know where my damn next dollar is going to come from, but I know that if I'm following my highest joy, that I'm going to be taken care of somehow, some way. And to literally have to live, walk the talk and live it. But here I am. That's and Dave also is an excellent web developer and designer, and does all of my web stuff too. So there's that part of what he likes to do in a physical way as well. And so, what can we do with our divinity, our divine gifts and abilities, and embrace and support each other, and transform the idea of our differences, is because and is to embrace our differences. That is, until we love ourselves for who we are and embrace our own differences, there's the key.
And
That's why
each other's
and they say,
differences.
why haven't they landed yet? Well, that's why. Because we have to be able to see each other as equals, and we have to be able to see them as equals, because they are. And as long as we worship or look up, I don't want to say look up to, because we all look up to someone. We all have those that we admire, but why do we admire them? Because they're being themselves. Because they're doing what they love, and that's what we admire about people the most, is the ones who are being themselves, and those are the ones that rub us the wrong way all at the same time, because they're being themselves. And then our belief systems rise to the surface about all the reasons why we can't, and then how we begin to defend the reasons why we can't be ourselves, and give false derisions to ourselves about the reasons why we can't be ourselves. It's all bullshit. And that is what we're here to transform. And today, the day of 13 and all these threes and the Christ consciousness, and that's it. That is what we came to transform. It's a lot simpler than we think it is. And yet I complex it up all day. Ask Dave.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I love him. So, So yeah, and so if I can help you unravel some threads, and I often, and I will say that third thing, you guys, and we all help each other unravel our own threads, and it doesn't matter what side of the student or teacher we're on at any given time, because we're all at the same time. So I've said that a million times, but that's why. So many people are, why haven't they already landed? Well, why do we think? You know,
Well, they have.
well,
Number one.
okay, I do stand corrected.
So why
I
is
do
it-
stand corrected.
Why is it that we want to pretend that they didn't?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
not talk
yeah.
about it,
Or not.
or
Yeah.
be afraid to be open about talking
You
about
know,
it.
we can wait for our governments to disclose anything we want, but you guys, it's already been disclosed. It's already there. How many people are already seeing them? It's like, it's not about that they're not there. Are they there? It's you know what, we've already passed that. That we've already crossed that bridge, you guys. We already know they're there. It's what do we need to do to transform as a human civilization in order to move to a reality in which we are going to embrace that idea. And there are those who will not, and that is fine. That's not their mission. Not their mission. But everybody is a way shower for someone. Everybody is an illuminator for someone. You're always illuminating something for someone. We all are. We're always showing the way for someone, even if it's just by example. Even if it's just by you living and breathing and walking around and going to work or not going to work or going to school, doing the things that you do, being parents. I look down at Abby right now, and it's like, we take puppy pairing and parenting pretty seriously, but yet in such a playful way. But we really, we embrace that. Um, I don't want to call
Enjoyment.
that. Yeah, I mean, we embrace that relationship as a divine relationship. We really do, and we respect her as a soul. And how can we even transform our belief systems about our relationship with our animals and our plant kingdoms? And we've talked about this so many times on my channel, but it bears repeating that the more we get in touch with our hearts, that's the big message lately from the Pleiadians is opening your hearts, is getting in touch with your hearts, living from love, making decisions from the heart space rather than the brain space that is making decisions from limiting belief systems. It's making decisions from a place of lack of trust in your own gifts and abilities, and the list goes on for that as well. So each and every one of us has the gift and ability to transform ourselves just by serving to our highest, and that means whatever that means to you. It just means whatever, doing whatever makes your heart sing. And I've been there. I've had lots and lots of jobs, as I said, through in my business careers, and if you want to call it that. And I did really well at it and excelled at it. And even though it was not my highest joy and excitement, I did the best I could to be in service to that, in that now. And I know that by doing that, it helped me grow and get to the place that I am today. And even though I'm not her and she's not me, that version of me is we're always connecting to each other, and we're always learning from each other. And now that I understand this, I can talk to her now from my perspective and tell her, just wait, you've got it. And I knew this then, I could hear it then, but now I know it was this version of me talking to me, if that makes sense, because I know that if everything's now, and that version of me could hear my future version of myself telling me, this is your training, you're going to know. And I knew all along. I've even used to write that in my journals. I've been a journaler for eons. And I used to say that I know that there's some divine purpose, and I think we all believe that in our hearts. But I was like, I know that there's some. It's not just about the jobs that I'm doing. It's not just but it was also about those people that I encountered, through all of those that also, and we talk about cause and effect. Did they cause me to be the who that I am? Yes and no. Yes, because I'm connecting to them right now. I'm connecting to that her right now. She's the past is only the past that we're creating right now, so that I can connect to her to serve me in this now, maybe just to tell this story, right? I mean, we don't really all understand how it all works, and I'm not going to say that I understand how it all works, but yet there's this knowing that I know how it all works. It's like it's in there somewhere. And so if we can remember that every now we're always still connected to what we call our future self, that other version of ourselves that is connecting to this version of us right now, learning, and we're learning back and forth, and it goes the other direction as well. So, but it's all happening now. And when we're tomorrow, it's going to be now. And so a moment ago was now, and now that's no longer now. So that's another now. It's not a past, it's another now, it's another universe, it's its own universe, all of its own universe. And I know I can't, like I said, I am not a quantum physicist, I am not a mathematician, I don't understand it, yet I know it, if that makes any sense. um, so I can't really see the chat from where I am on the phone, so
Yeah, I'm over here.
he's looking at
checking
the chat, and I'm kind of just talking away, looking at the sun setting.
But the tarot person went to the website and filled out a contact form so
Oh,
we could
yay!
get back to her.
Yeah, so if you guys, my website address is in every, description of the video. We've also got more other content on Open Contact TV on YouTube, as well as we've got just a single page website over there. And basically just go on there and say, yeah, I give my vote for Open Contact. And that's how it happened with Human Colony. I came across their website, and it said something like, if you'd like to apply to go to the colonies, like, just send an email. Well, really, it didn't even take that. It took a telepathic desire, and that was it. It was done. It's a done deal, you guys. It's a done deal, And so once you make it a done deal in your mind, it's done. The decision's done. That's what I started to say earlier too. You can decide if you want to have a process, but once you make the decision, the work's done. Now you have to believe the work's done. It's in the belief that the work's already done. It's like, trying to quit something or give up something. Once you've made the decision, it's done. Now is the choice of whether or not you want to continue that reality or not. That's all. It's all that it is. So I know I've been there. I've had habits I've broken. So
Bev, the sun's starting to go down, and I'm starting to get more chilly.
Are you? You ready to go in?
Yeah,
Okay.
soon.
All right. Well, we'll then wrap it up. We just, like I said, it was just one of these.
I want to continue following our joy and excitement as far as we could take it.
So yeah. If you're getting chilly, then we'll probably wrap it up here, and we've got dinner to do ourselves, and so I just wanted to, say hey, and thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you guys and collaborate, and if you can come by for our event on Sunday, and also of course the 15th, and keep an eye out. We're going to be putting up more and more events and member events.
And Sunday is not going to be on YouTube.
No,
It
it's
is
just
a
a private
Zoom-only
thing. It's a
private
Zoom
thing.
only. It's not going to be, and we'll record it probably for the people who, hang out. But yeah, it's many people have asked for, private stuff, and so does it show that it's paused? Maybe that's our sign. It's time to go. Yeah, I know. I saw that we're buffering. Sorry, guys.
Blackout.
Okay, sorry about that. Mwah. Maybe that's our.
We've had very strong winds today,
It was bad
and I
today.
and I actually see like power trucks going up the
Oh,
hill, so they might have been cycling the power,
oh,
which doesn't go out for us because some of our our internal networking is on battery backup,
right.
but the local internet company, if the power goes
Oh,
out,
that's right. That's right.
our local internet might cycle on and off from time to time.
That has happened here before, and yeah, we just that's what you heard going by was power trucks.
Mhm.
So yeah, we had definitely had some trees falling today. So there could be some fallen lines, and maybe that's what's going on. So, well, perhaps this is our time to go. I've loved
One on one.
interacting with all of you guys. Oh, look at that. It's been a lot of fun, and like I said, we're going to be doing more and more stuff, and please let us know what more and more things you might be looking for. um, and gee, I don't know what else to share, but yeah, all of our links are always below. And we're always happy to answer all your questions. And I wanted to, somebody asked too about um, I don't know, the dollar exchange. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I think when you book a session, doesn't it tell you in PayPal like you're if you're from across if you're in another country, does it show?
Yeah, so once you click on the pay link to go into PayPal, PayPal will do the currency conversion
And it'll
for you.
show you how much it
Yeah.
is, and
So
so
if you want to know what it costs in your local currency, you just have to go to a website that looks up currency exchange
and just see what the
see what it is
dollar,
because it
yeah.
changes continuously.
Right, yeah, it changes all the
Yeah.
time, so we can never be sure what it is. But somebody had posed the question, so I just kind of want to throw that out there for anybody. But so I don't know if there's any other questions or comments before we go, but we're always welcome all of that, and please do stop by, connect with us, contact me directly on the website and Dave, and if you need any website development work, and any of that stuff, what. Well, you'd have to tell more of what you do, but
Everything computer.
everything computers. Just give Dave a holler at dave@yellen.net. How's that?
Or you could contact me
Or
through
just through here.
Wendy's
It's fine.
website
Or a message, or yeah, we're
or
easy.
opencontacttv.com.
OpenContactTV.com, or OpenContactTV@gmail.com. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways to get in touch with us. And so yeah, and I've got all, I laugh.
And I'm excited that we lost internet for a moment because one of the things that used to happen on YouTube Live is if you lost your connection, you'd have to start the live over again.
Yes, it's
So
true.
now that we've experienced it, we know that we could go on YouTube Live directly, which we're doing now, and not through Zoom. And
Oh,
if
that's right,
internet
because
goes
we're not
out,
on Zoom. That's right, because
right?
we weren't sure. I think this is the first time I've actually gone live on my phone. I'm just on my mobile, on my phone.
Mhm.
I think this is the first time I've ever done that. So hey, here's another first for me, you guys, on a 13-day transform day. So I've been talking about doing it forever, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm so glad that you guys stopped by and to say hi and enjoy. And of course, it'll be recorded anyway. But yeah, thanks for having fun with us, and I think we're gonna go have ourselves some dinner before the sun sets. And so yeah, I hope to see you guys always. We're always here for you. And if there's any way that I can help be of any service to you in any way to help your ascension and connection, please just don't hesitate to let me know, no matter what. No matter what. Ja dove sei volonté. Fazomotion conde, savition novella. And I want to thank all of you for your love, your comments, your sharings, your subscriptions, your subscribers, your likes. I just thank you, thank you, thank you. And one of the things I love doing, and because I feel like I need to write some symbols now, like I feel like there's symbols coming through.
Write them in the air.
So yeah, if you guys, if you'd like some symbols for your own, um, ah, I wanted to say empowerment, so I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. But your own personal soul door opening, soul door opening. Maybe symbols to help you maybe unveil your own soul purpose. Maybe that's how I want to say it. Let me know. Zavishnuti, it's like a dance with your collective consciousness
Oh,
that I get to have.
so I will share something. Uh, on Wendy's website, there are a lot of different places where you could see light language symbols that she's written.
Oh, true.
If you're guided to like
Yeah.
any particular one, and this is something that I did many years ago, and it's it was a permission slip, of course, for me,
I forgot about
but it
that.
worked extremely well. Where you take that symbol that you're guided to, and you imagine drawing it basically in your aura around you, and that's a symbolic way of sort of allowing the energy of that symbol to come into you easier, and connecting with that. And I did that literally for different angel connections and so forth. And it was a permission slip, and I believed that it would work, and it worked very well. So if you're uh, feeling like you're having a little difficulty in connecting with your own angels, spirit guides, loved ones who have passed, uh, create your own symbol. Look up a symbol that sort of resonates with you for that thing, and if you draw it, and you could draw it on your body too. You could just, I mean, literally you can if you want to, but even just with your finger, draw it, maybe 3 times, and uh, empower the connection of it, and allow the connection to happen. And you might be surprised how well it works.
It does. There's something,
We're
I
all
don't know.
magic.
It is really abracadabra for sure. There is something very magical about the connection and the my intention and your intention and the connection of that intention. There's something very deeply unlocking about these, that I'm still learning from my guides.
And actually, you could use the sacred circuitry. So you could always go to Wendy's website,
Yeah.
and see the symbol of the day and use that.
Which is the Sirius sacred circuits that were given to us from the Syrians through the Yael to Bashar, to the Sasani, through Daryl.
So
And they actually, I wanted to remind everybody, I was just told that the Syrians received those symbols from someone else, from another star system, which they have not yet revealed who that star system is. I have an idea, but I'm not sure, and I can't say for sure. I can only say what I hear instinctively, but they were brought to the Syrian star system by another star system. So, since that has not been divulged yet, just know that when we're looking at those sacred Sirius symbols,
I think you should grab your
circuitry, that come here, sweet girl, that there is more galactic information embedded in those symbols and in my symbols, because of my multidimensional and interdimensional connections. There's more in this information than meets the eye that any of us really understand, and I'm just beginning to get the downloads of the power of this, and the power that your intention, our intention, that's her tail, is with with using these symbols. And so they just now, the Syrian star system wanted to remind me, to let people know that they were a gift from someone to help them in their own ascension process, and to assist us all in the story of reading the story of the symbols.
Oh, talking about Sirius.
Oh, there she is. And there's Abby.
Our Syrian representative
Hi, sweet girl.
has decided to come and give me kisses.
She's gotten quite big. So she was
Our ISIS puppy.
5 pounds when we got her. And she was 6 weeks old, and now she's officially 5 months old and 21 pounds. So here she is. She's been out here with us today all day. while we've been working. We've been working outside all day today, so happy that she's got to see this. As soon as we started talking about the Sirius star system and Isis, here she is. My little Isis Abigail. So yeah, and maybe I kind of hear her saying to me now that, hangouts with puppies and kitties and birdies and animals might be kind of a nice idea. And yeah, maybe, and I'm also hearing you guys right now, and this is kind of how subtle this stuff comes through, is that I'm sort of feeling and hearing that I was, getting that inspiration to do those kinds of hangouts, and connecting with our animals in new ways helps us develop more telepathic connections with our animals that even more that we already do. And by doing so, you know, embracing the hybrid children, we have to open our hearts. This is the energy. Okay, that's what they're saying to me right now. This is the energy. That love, that unconditional love that we feel, that is the energy that we need to be in. But we need to not just be in, you guys, we need to vibrate as a species in order to fully connect with their energy, because that they have to meet us halfway at least. And when we're talking about frequency, we're talking about cycles per second, and we're talking about what that means on a frequential scale and consciousness scale, and what that bandwidth actually means. And we connect more fully and deeply to the hybrids and the hybrid children through our animals, because of that's one of the reasons they're here with us, helping us, the animal kingdom and collective, and especially dogs, you guys, and cats, have come here to teach us very, very important lessons. And that right now is what they're showing me, is the heart. That vibration is what we need in order to connect and be able to be vibrationally compatible with them, in that to create that reality. So all of these things are connected, and she came up at just in that moment, to remind us of that, of what is it that we feel when we see animals, and that feeling right there, as soon as you feel it, that's it. That's where we need to be. How do we transform, you guys, and hover there all the time? Because that's what we got to do. And we got to do that the best that we can, moment by moment, with each other. The Pleiadians had this whole download for me the other day about this whole thing about how can we take and transform that energy that we feel in that moment, and now look at that person that aggravates the shit out of you every day. How do you see them in that light? How do you see them?
It might be her potty time.
So, yeah. Okay, guys.
Say goodbye.
I think we're going to leave you on that beautiful note.
We love you all.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Lakota veso monto, Ishana. Alahono inki supose. Dotove inikia tofasha. You make my hearts sing. Savashono teve. Seya sianto. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone out there. Love you. Chat soon. Niatove. Now let's see. How do I? I like X.
The X, maybe?
The X marks the spot. Bye, guys.